Yeah. 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 Aight. Check this. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up.
What's going on, everybody? This is Polk, your number one source for Polk County high school basketball. Back in the man cave once again for another edition, talking hoops and things of that nature. I want to welcome everybody to the show, and before we get started, I want to make sure and give a shout out and a appreciation to co-hosts, All-State PG Cora Tuma and the All-State Coach Billy D. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, Coach? What's going on, Tuma?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Long day, man. Long day back at the job, man.
Long day. Back to the normalcy of things, huh?
Wow.
Gave you 5 months off, and now it's back to normal, huh? Back to the hustle and bustle. And according to who you listen to, is one person say that I read something today where they're talking about everybody may be back in January. Then I saw some people say people may not be back, you know what the governor say. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. So, well, we got a good show today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start off as we always do. By first of all giving a shout out to our sponsor for the first segment, which is Tuma's Take, sponsor Mike Blicker and the Santa Fe boys basketball program. So without further ado, Cora Tuma's Take, take it away.
Oh, man. Let's talk football. I want to know what's happened to them Lakeland Dreadnoughts, man. Has the times passed the style of football that they play on both ends of the field? As far as on the next level of competitiveness?
Coach, I haven't seen Lakeland play, so I'm not going to really give too much on it. But the thing is like Polk County has always been up and down. They always have dips in talent, you know what I'm saying, and dips in with the domination of teams. And Lakeland been dominant for a long time. I mean, I think it's been well overdue, you know, for them to have a down year. But I think the COVID situation and not having a real summer and not spring football has hurt that program.
I definitely think that not being able to get, you know, the same amount of work that they usually get in, and everybody knows that nobody outworks Lakeland, but with current restrictions, they haven't been able to probably do as much as they normally do. So now they're probably doing is about what everybody else is doing. And I mean, as far as is the stuff outdated, it's just always funny to me when I hear Lakeland fans. They the best fans when they winning, but they could be fair weather when they're not. And I mean, the guys won what six state championships, 2 or 3 national titles. He has put in countless people in college, folks in the pros, and he's been doing the same thing. He been running his stuff for years. He just won a state with the same stuff 2 years ago. So it's just amazing to me that folks be ready to say the stuff is, you know, outdated because they lost 2, you know, they 3-2, and folks ready to, you know, line them up on I-4.
See, I gotta ask that question because I know y'all gonna eventually call me out because I said Lakeland was gonna win state this year.
Yeah, I know.
And I was being serious. I felt like what I saw at the Lake Gibson game and with St. Thomas, which I gotta take it back because St. Thomas is in the playoffs now. They opted back in, but I had Lakeland win the state this year, so I had to ask those questions because.
Hey, so what you see? You was at the game Friday. Me and you was at the game Friday. What you see?
I personally think that listen, where they at right now, they need to play all the young guys. not just be selective. So at the DB position where they getting toasted at, everybody need to play. First string, second string, third string, till they find that player or players that can play in the certain packages that they got going on.
I mean,
right now, the ones they got out there ain't like they locking down. So I would be giving tries, even if it's 1 or 2 plays, just to see how well they can catch on.
they got nothing to lose, huh?
Man, they ain't got nothing to lose right now, man. They lost.
This is thing.
They got that sausage put in them twice.
They've been playing that cover 2, that defense with them corners for years, where they don't let you beat them deep. Well, they had 2 teams this year that was content to not try to beat them deep, just to. I mean, the 2 teams they lost to now, there's some pretty good teams that they lost to, but so it ain't like they losing to Bridgewater Baptist or whatever. I mean, they lost to Venice, who is real good, and then they lost to Bloomingdale, who's real good. So, but Lakeland, their secondary is not as strong as it normally is, and to those teams' credit, they're taking advantage of it. Like they play.
Hey, this is what I would do. Reggie and Gant playing on both sides of the field. If I'm gonna finish out the year, I'm putting them out there. I'm gonna tell out there. I ain't gonna be one-sided right now.
But for a long time, Toomer, they had the numbers and the talent to not go both ways. I can't remember, one of their top players going both ways. It's just different at Lakeland with the numbers that they have and the type of talent that they have. When I played at Lake Wells, I started on both sides of the ball. I mean, that was just what the expectations was. But me as a coach, I'm going to put my best 11 on the field. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to do. But it's just different at Lakeland.
It ain't different this year. Let's make note of that. Ain't nothing different this year.
I mean, like Billy D said, it happens. When it happened to Lakeland, it's kind of like, it's a national story, but it happened to everybody. At some point, you're gonna have it's gonna be some dips and some twists and turns, I guess. But
I guess it's the way the games were close. Them 2 games, man, they got some mad sausage put in them, cuz.
Well, this is the thing, though. With Lakeland, you know what you're getting. On offense, they're going to run the ball. They're not going to necessarily throw the ball. And they're going to, try to play ball control and mistake-free football. Well, if you get a team that can take away what they normally do, then it becomes to be successful. And that's the thing. What's coming. It's can you stop it? And at least for those 2 games, those people have stopped it this year. So that's kind of the gist of it.
This man said football trying to win in state. No comment. But we told us enough about Bartow last week.
Yeah, Bartow got a tough one. Bartow got a tough game tomorrow and next week. They got one ahead.
Who got to play Tampa Bay Tech the first round? Bartow or Lakeland?
Bartow. So Bartow next 3 games now. They got one ahead tomorrow, which won't be easy. They got Lake Wells next week, which won't be easy, and then they got Tampa Bay Tech first round of playoffs. So they next 3 games, business gonna pick up real quick for them.
Bartow out of there. First round. First round, they out of there.
Calling it already, huh?
I'm calling it. Them guys beat Onwood. They lost to Bloomingdale by at like a last play. Bartow out of there. Yeah, Bartow out of there.
Hail Mary at the end.
Yeah. Bartow out of there.
But I tell you what, though, Bartow is better. They have improved.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, bro.
And I think that's gonna carry over. Bartow basketball already had the momentum, and I think those basketball players taking that winning work ethic and that winning mindset to their football has made a difference.
Yeah.
He do a good job. He do a good job. He do a good job.
That's a good question, though. I got to ask y'all, did Lakeland not get the transfer that they normally been getting? because it seemed like the power Lakeland they didn't get that Power 5 player, and I think that's kind of like a situation too. They don't have like that superstar, that 3 or 4 superstar guys.
Well, did they get any? I guess transfers. I guess. I mean, they got the kid from Jenkins, the cornerback, but and then they got the defensive lineman that was at Arbondale last year, Clark. Besides those two, I don't know if they got anybody who they didn't already have.
Well, you better beat them this year, because after this year, you won't beat them. You better beat them this year. Who they got? Kathleen, you better beat them this year. Whoever else they got, go ahead and beat the brakes off them this year, because after this year, Cass ain't calling the dogs off. He gonna remember them scores.
They got Kathleen. They got Kathleen next week.
Oh yeah, they'll beat Kathleen.
Kathleen got
the county. Ain't no team in the county better than Lakeland. Let's be real. I'm just talking about as a state powerhouse. To see them 2 schools throw all over them. I'm trying to see cover 2, change that up. They better do a blitz 8.
Well, I mean, them 2 teams show kind of what the blueprint is. If you can throw the ball on them, you gotta get out at it.
So if you Lake Gibson, before we go ahead and get Hardee, if you Lake Gibson, is you got a gun in your head watching them 2 films? Because Lake Gibson didn't throw no slants. Lake Gibson didn't throw nothing but try to go deep. And you can't beat them guys that way. They didn't go underneath nothing.
I think if they had it to do over again, I think they probably would have. But it's coulda, woulda, shoulda. I think if they had it to do over again, they would rethink some stuff.
Stage is too big for them guys, man. Them dreadnoughts was there. Stage is a little too big for them guys. That's probably it. But I just had to ask that question because we talk basketball all the time. But after witnessing what I witnessed Friday night, I needed to know what happened to Lakeland football. Who the QB coach is. If they run it cover 2, let's try cover 3. Let's try man-to-man with a blitz. Let's try something other than the cover 2 against teams that got these athletes, got these power, got these receivers. When they got receivers, cover 2 is not gonna cut it.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. And now, I mean, the team they play tomorrow throw the ball a lot. So I mean,
who they play tomorrow?
They play with Kiva. I know I'm saying it wrong. Yeah, they play tomorrow at Lakeland.
That's gonna be interesting because Wakaba been back and forth with them transfers from Apopka, so I wonder if they're any good. Castle
I know they apparently got a pretty good a decent quarterback and a decent receiver. They throw it a lot, so I don't know if that's enough to beat Lakeland at home. But I mean, they definitely can do what Lakeland struggle with. I don't know if it'll be enough.
Anybody that can throw the ball can beat Lakeland. If you got any option of throwing the ball, you can beat them dreadnoughts.
Got a shot.
You can dance with them.
We got a couple minutes, so I don't know. You want to go now, Coach? You got anything on your dome? Or you want to wait for the coaches? For the coaches corner?
We get mine out of the way. It's not long. It's kind of a continuation on what I said last week. Last week I told everybody, to do things that you never done before. You have to do things that you never done before. But a spinoff of that, continuing to do the same thing and expecting a different result is insanity, Coach. And I think here in Polk County, I have seen people do the same thing over and over again and wonder why they're not winning. Sometimes you just got to change it up. That's what coaching is. You have to adjust, make adjustments. If you continue to get the same result, you got to do something different. You got to try something different. But, a lot of people are married to their system. They're married to, playing zone. They're married to playing man. And it's just not working for them. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, I go back to the Lakeland Dreadnought with the cover 2. It ain't working for them.
That was insanity, but it's like, how many times does it not have to work before you do it? Because it's work. 85% of the time you've been there, or 90% of the time it's work. So how much does it have to not work before you? Is it one game? Is it one season? I mean, how much does it not? I agree with you that if you continue to do something and you're not doing it well, that becomes insanity. But it's hard to not do it if you've had some success with it. I guess if you didn't have any success, that's one thing. But like with Lakeland, he been doing that for 50 years and it's been working. So it's hard to tell him to stop doing it, and it's been working. You know. But
Tuma the one gave the example of Lakeland. I'm not talking about them because, like you said, it's proven. You know, that's
yeah, you have to adapt. You gotta adapt to make some type of changes, especially if you ain't winning. I mean, it's common sense. Like you should look at the type of players you have and make your adjustments to your talent. And if you're not making your adjustments to your talent and you're just stuck in the ways of your system, you're not a good coach.
So I agree with you, Coach. I mean, you look at, and you know, we talked off the air and on the air that, you know, Bartow had to make an adjustment with the personnel he got last year with Walt. He couldn't kind of coach, and he admitted it. He had to change some stuff up. So if he would have kept doing the same stuff, then that could have been looked at as insanity because you didn't adjust to what you had, and he may not have gotten the end result that he ended up with. I mean, he may have, he may not have. So I do agree with you that if you don't adjust year to year because kids change and things change, that it could become insanity unless it's working. Now, that's why I mean, if it's working, if you have even the least amount of success with something, it becomes that much harder to. It's just like that kid that's jumping off the wrong foot, or you know, with layup. As long as they keep making the layup, you can get on them till you're blue in the face. They're gonna keep doing it because they've experienced some success with it. So I think it's a fine line. I agree with you, but then it's kind of like if you're having any level of success, it becomes harder for you to think it's insanity because maybe there's something the moon didn't align this time. It ain't what I did, it's what happened outside of it. But I totally agree with you with what you're saying though. Let's say Billy D, my dad said adjustment you made that year.
Marlon. We were sold on our young guys. At that point, y'all had the best team in the state. Y'all was beating us by 20 points at halftime, and basically we just made the decision to play all our young guys. At one point, we had 4 sophomores and 1 freshman on the court. So we come out of halftime down 20 against 2010 state championship team at Bartow. We end up taking the lead late, and we was just not mature enough to hold on to it. But yeah, we made that commitment to our young guys. We knew what we had coming. I tried to stay loyal to my older guys as long as I could, but you know, coaching come in. I had to do what I had to do for the future of my program, and it ended up paying off big time.
What's up, cuz? Hey, so you got that sausage put in you by Bartow before? You tell him that.
Bro, man, McGriff beat me like 9 times in a row. And then after that last time in the playoffs, I told Coach Bernie, I was like, McGriff will never beat me again. And I meant that. I was going to do everything possible. If I had to trip somebody or something, I just wasn't going to let McGriff beat me again.
You're going to win. You got to win.
But whatever I had to do, Coach, he wasn't going to beat me no more. I was tired of getting beat by McGriff.
So McGriff don't call the dogs off. That's basically it. McGriff don't call the dogs off. If he blowing you out, he going to blow you out.
And that was okay with me. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you're friends.
First of all, we wasn't friends back then. We was rivals. Okay. We did not. I can personally say that, you know, I wasn't, me and McGriff wasn't friends. We became close after I left Lake Wells. But McGriff, he gave it to me one time. We had a problem with our bleachers in the gym. That particular year, we had to play him down at Warner. My nephew broke his wrist, so I didn't have O'Shea. And McGriff put a running clock on me.
Hey,
you think I don't remember that?
Yeah, I'm sure you do. We just didn't know it.
Hey, the next after that, I told Bernie, I was like, he would never beat me again.
So did you pay him back and put the running clock on him, or you didn't get the opportunity to do so?
Man, of course I did. We did it on Brain House Sports on TV.
I know you. I know you try to get back.
But it wasn't about running up the score though. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it ended up. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna run up the score on McGriff because it's some personal as how he beat me before. It just ended up that way.
Gotcha.
It happened that way sometimes.
Hey, I want to congratulate my girls again, man. I want to give a shout out to my step team on winning the National Virtual Step Show Stunt Wars. And next July, we're gonna have the opportunity to fly out to California and actually be on the be on NBC for the TV show World of Dance. So I definitely want to give a congratulations to taken by surprise.
Man, Toma, I really want to give you your flowers, man, while you're here. How you form that program and the level that you're taking it to, I really got to tip my hat off to you, sir. That's putting, this small area on a global map. And I really want to, encourage you to keep doing what you're doing.
I got great coaches, man. I got great coaches year in and year out, man. I've had some young ladies that have come be a part of this organization, man, and they've actually taken it to that level. I play the background of it, trying to be the mastermind to keep everything together. The thing we talk about with coaching, man, I got some great coaches, man, and the last 10 years, the chemistry that they build amongst each other, it improves every year, and that's where it starts at. You start with your leadership. You know what I'm saying? And then we got some talent. We had some talented young ladies. This year I'm starting a JV team. I got to give a shout out to Coach Broke for giving me the idea, and we starting the JV team this year, man. So hopefully we'll take it to the next level even for that. But just had to give them a shout out again.
Well, we gave a shout out before we bring I don't know if he hit ready or not, but before we jump on, I want to give Coach Billy D a shout out also. Coach Billy D got invited to go teach a defensive clinic up in Michigan. So just a major testament to his ability, his knowledge, and everything that he does for basketball. So I want to give a shout out to Coach Billy D for that recognition that he was blessed with.
Yeah, congratulations, my brother.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
We expanded this Polk brand all over the globe.
That's what we're trying to do. Is he there yet, bro?
Yeah, they're ready.
All right. So you all know that we are continuing with our Polk Hoops Media Day coverage, and today we got a couple teams that we kind of have, I guess, grandfathered in as it relates to Polk County basketball. They're not. I guess the area code not 863, but they are 863. They are 863. When we start doing this, a couple people like, why are you covering them and why y'all including them? Because they Polk County. Yeah, they play more Polk County than some of the Polk County teams do. So we started. We're gonna continue to do it, and like at the end of the day, we just trying to help kids and help teams and get the word out. So first up will be the Blue Streaks from Sebring. So
we got Hardee on here.
Hardee up first.
Hardee's on. That's
okay. Well, then I guess we'll go. First up then is Wachula Hardee. Is first in the studio this evening. So I thought he was I thought Sebring was first, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I know he said he was going to be at practice. Maybe he's not ready because he like he.
It's I don't feel like he's ready. He probably just
practicing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can continue to talk. Then we'll check back in. I got a question for you all. Starting on Monday. Monday starts officially practice for the boys. So I always wanted this. How important, Coach Billy D, you coach now, you played and you've been around it. How important is, or what is the purpose? Maybe I don't know if that's even the right way to say it, but of the tryouts. You know how you have tryouts for those 3-4 days. I always wonder when I played, when I coached, and now, what is the point / purpose / whatever you want to call it for tryouts once they get to high school? Because in theory, don't you already? I mean, have your team. You done played the summer with them. You done played the fall with them. You done played travel ball. And I know in Polk County, the district make you do it. And I don't know if it's changed, but I know these make you do it for 4 days. You had to have 4 days worth of tryouts before you can coach somebody.
It's 3 days now.
Before you answer that, Coach Princeton's on now.
That's what's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna come back to that?
Yeah, let's come back.
All right. So we got the Blue Streaks from Sebring in the studio. So we want to welcome Coach Princeton Harris and the Sebring Blue Streaks into the studio. What's up going on, Coach?
Hey, no, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Letting us be part of the big PC, man. You know, we're a small little country town down here, but we appreciate being part of it.
No problem, Coach. Well, how we do it, Coach, we give you a chance to kind of, start off with opening statement about your team, about the season, whatever you want to kind of talk about. We ask you and your guys some questions, and then you finish up some closing thoughts. So anything you want to say to kick it off?
No, like I said, I just want to say appreciate y'all, number one, inviting us on, and number two, including us in, and most of all, just the coverage that y'all have been doing this past year. It was great. It was funny recognizing that Barnes, that you was Polk hoops, because I never knew that, and me and you always have talked. And then to be able to know that it was you, man, I should have probably put 2 and 2 together, Mr. Polk County basketball and yourself. But we just want to appreciate it. And then to Tuma, I'll be checking him out. Tuma, I appreciate you, man. You gave me motivation when you took us down because we lost tumbling. But I'm gonna prove you wrong on those 10 or less wins. I guarantee you that. And I did not change my schedule.
I had to, Coach.
I understand. I
had to.
That was motivation for us, because the minute I actually went back and recorded it and showed my players what you said, and they all said, Coach, all we gotta do is let's just prove him wrong.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. So I appreciate that.
Hey, well, Coach, we appreciate you, man. And I for long as I could, I tried to pull off the whole thing of folks actually knowing who Polk Hoops was, and they just couldn't really put it off. It used to be funny sometimes having conversations with people, and they would be talking like a couple of times, and we talked with you when you was at the Lakeland challenge and stuff, and you want to say something, but then you just kind of you don't. So it was out. But I mean, right. It's out here now. So, so Coach, first of all, welcome. Before we get started, you want to introduce your young man that you got?
I only got one with me today because my other 6 playing football. But I got Tavion Costin. He was a big role for last year in the Final Four in the season that we had last year. This year, he'll be a senior. Last year, he averaged like 10.2 points a game. So I gotta find somebody to pick up that 19 points that Alvin left behind. So I'm depending on Tavion to pick up 8 or 10 more of them. So he's been working hard, doing the things that he needs to do to get to that point. And I'm expecting big things out of him this year.
Okay, good deal. Well, Coach, just kind of to go right into the first question. You say I was going to ask you. I know you normally have a lot of guys playing football, so you say you got 6 that's playing football. Yep. So how has it been getting ready with that many pieces of your team not there working with you?
They haven't been working, but they have been working. They've been in the gym getting their shots up. Actually, sometimes even playing a little bit, but being controlled. It's going to be a rough one because we should do pretty good in the playoffs. I know my counterpart coming on next, and we're going to take it to them tomorrow night in Hardee. But I'm gonna make do with what we got till we get the rest of them out there, and we'll see what happens.
Okay,
Coach, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Mine is just the Alvin. Like how with the Alvin transfer, how have you been able to adapt with the COVID, and what adjustments have y'all been able to make down there, or how much has that hurt you getting prepared for now?
Funny that you asked it, but it hurt us some at first because our district wouldn't allow us to do anything. But being as though that being in this community all my life, ran into some people that I know, and this church has a gym. So they gave me access to their gym, gave me a key to it, and told me I could use it. And so that's where we've been at for the last 3 months. The last 3 months, that's where we've been at because we couldn't utilize our gym. But we've been able to get in the gym, and we haven't been able to use our gun and adopt the dish, but we've been able to get into a gym, and that there just is enough just to be able to get in and work on some things.
That's good. That's good. Because that's kind of what the room of part of the situation that went down. And Coach, believe we ain't a fan of how it went down. We hated it for you. You know what I'm saying? The kid situation is gonna be what it is regardless because of how good you guys were last year. I'll be the first to say that. But what adjustments do you think you have to make? This is my last question. I know Billy D never really gets questions. What adjustments do you think you're gonna have to make for your team outside of adding coaching to get the 8 points for what you lost? Not just on Alvin, but you lost some seniors too. You lost some pretty good seniors as well.
Yeah, I lost 3 seniors. Eric Brown is at Warner now, and Mike Brown, and he's playing college football. Ain't gonna play basketball also. We lose those 2 guys, but like I'm saying, Tavion's here with me today. He's one of the guys that I'm gonna put a lot of pressure on. He already knows that because I've been doing it for the last couple of months. They hate me. They hate me right now, and and that's perfectly fine because I'm trying to get the best out of him. Then when Ryan comes off of the football field, he'll be with us, and he's gonna take up a lot of slack. A lot of people sleeping on that kid. But I tell you what, I put him defending anybody in the state of Florida, pound for pound, and I guarantee you he won't let me go wrong because that's just him. When there's a great player out there, he come over and ask me, I don't care if he's 6'5", Coach, I got him. He's that type of kid. He's just got a killer mentality. And Walter's a great player, but he gives Walt fits. Even though Walt still has 16, 18 points. Last year when we played Bartow, Walt had 12 points, 14 points against him. He just gives him fits. He's just really he like a gnat. He just aggravates the heck out of you. So he's going to be a big part of our team this year. And then I got some other pieces that's going to be out there that's going to surprise some people, man. Some kid that didn't play last year was trying to get right. 6'7" kid. I got another 6'5" kid. Another 6'5" kid. We gonna be okay once they get rolling.
Is this breaking news or they Sebring kids?
Doc, they Sebring kids. Just Sebring kids. Just revisiting them. But I do got a transfer that came in to me. And that's gonna help us out quite a bit. He gonna fill the void in some spots. So
we see you smiling, Coach. So it ain't. We see you smiling. So the 10 game situation now. We kind of heard some rumors now. I just threw it out there, but we knew some things were gonna happen now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got to readjust, man. When you got a good program, man, and you try to run it the right way, good things gonna happen, and some good things that happen to us, and we're thankful for them.
Coach Princeton.
Yes, sir.
Now, you and I have talked several times, since last year has ended.
Mm-hmm.
I see something different in you today. It's a new motivation. It's a new. I can feel it. Something's there, Coach. That's really driving you right now. Well, I really want to know what it is. I really want to know what it is because, like I said, we have talked.
Yeah.
And when we talked about some personal things, and I know where you're at in your life right now. Mm-hmm. But it's something right now that seems really, really special about you, and I gotta find out what it is, Coach. I got to.
You already know what it is, man, and it's no secret. This is definitely gonna be my final year. And that's the drive that I have. I got a 5-year-old boy that loves basketball, and he's gonna be playing over there in Polk County, and I'm in Highlands County. So I refuse to coach other people's kids when my own is out there, and I won't be able to see him play. So that's the biggest driving factor. I'm excited about this year because I think it's gonna be great things that's gonna happen. But that little boy, man, he's precious to me. And I refuse to miss anything that he's involved in when it comes to athletics or whether it's sports, school, whatever it is. I will be there cheering him on. And being committed as I am, I would not be able to do that and be a head coach here in Sebring. And on top of that, here in the last month, I just got a big promotion on my job too. So that's another factor. So it's some things that's driving it, and that's what the big smile is, because I know that this is the last one. I wanted to make it the best one.
Well, Coach, I mean, we've heard that, you know, you lost Alvin, which was a big loss. A lot of people didn't know that you all made it to the Final Four last year. But there were a couple people that said, now they lost Alvin, that's going to be big, but that ain't all they had. He still got some pieces down there. So listening to you, I mean, obviously you don't want to lose a kid like Alvin, but you like Coach Billy D saying, you don't seem, you know, the world. I mean, you got to keep coaching. You got to coach. You walk through the door, and we get that. But you seem, you know, and you've always been a confident guy, which, you know, that helps too. But things happen. You just kind of gotta kind of move on. Now we given other coaches a chance, and we'll give you a chance. If you want to speak on it, you can. If you don't, that's fine. But obviously it did happen. That was the biggest news since the year ended with Alvin transferring. If you want to speak on it, feel free. You have the platform. If you don't, then that's totally fine.
I will. I had got several calls, some from some of my friends of mine that asked me about it. And then immediately after that, I made a phone call, and then got a return phone call on it. And he told me that he was transferring. But see, one thing about the kids, you got to keep them close to you, number one, and then you got to have a relationship with him. And one of the things that I was okay with when he told me was this. And this is a kid that, you know, I'd do anything for. He's just like a son to me, right? But Alvin told me that all he wanted to do was respect what his father asked him to do. I asked him, did he want to go? He said, Coach, I want to be here, but my dad told me what I had to do. What can you say to a kid like that? But, sir, I wish you the best. And I respect that kid. He gained more respect from me just by saying that, because you don't find kids that's 17 years old and just go and do something that a dad is not even around, but he loves his dad so much, you know, and I respect that. And so just like I talk to Alvin 2-3 times a week still, you know, he's sending me a schedule, and I'll be to several of his games. When we ain't playing, I'm gonna be his biggest cheerleader, you know, because I know what type of kid he is. And Bicker doesn't even realize what he has in that young man. I'm gonna be honest with you, he doesn't. That kid is a jewel, and whatever school he goes to, that school is getting a steal when they get that kid academically and physically and social. They're getting a special kid. That's a kid there that if he was old enough and he asked me to marry my daughters, either one of them, the answer would be yes without even hesitation. That's how much respect that I have for him.
Good kid.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, you might be the only one in the gym watching them.
Hey,
don't nobody go to Santa Fe games.
Hey, I understand that, and I don't want to go, but I got a reason to go now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's the reason. That'll be the sole reason that I go for. If they blowing somebody out and he take out at halftime, I'm going to halftime, Coach.
Hey, Coach Princeton, man, I gotta tip my hat off to you, because that's what coaching is really about. You know, it's really not about winning games. Winning games is great, but you know, having an impact in these young kids' lives, that's a lifetime impact. You know what I'm saying? He's always gonna remember that. He's always gonna have that relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Coach, I tip my hat off to you. Because I was able to talk to 2 of my players that's overseas this week, and they really appreciate when you continue to reach out to them. They're like, Coach, you just don't know, you know, how much that text message meant or how much this phone call meant. So, Coach, man, I tip my hat off to you and just continue to make that impact in these kids' lives.
Yes, sir. We will do it.
Coach, can we ask you a young man that you got with you?
Yeah,
question?
Of course.
How you doing, sir? Appreciate you coming on and giving us a little bit of your time. Yes, so it sounds like, you know, it's a situation where it's the next man up and you the next man up. So what are your thoughts and expectations for the team and for the season, you know, in your words? We heard Coach say, well, how you feel about things?
I'm excited. You know, when we get in the gym, it's always fighting, battling. We always trying to, next man up. Who's coming? Who's gonna challenge you for your spot? So I've been really excited about the season. I'm excited. Al, we did lose him. It's still my brother at the end of the day, but we got to go and work now, and we got more work to do now that he's gone. So we're excited, everybody.
So when somebody comes to watch Sebring play, what type of team can they expect to see this year?
A team running around playing defense, being just how we always are. Pressure on the ball, and we just gonna come and we gonna give you problems defensively. And if you can't score, you're not gonna win the game.
I like that. Defense first. Defense win championship.
You better believe it.
Now, coach put some pressure on you now. He said you got to move up 8 more points.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the green light. So when I come see you play, and I interview you after the game, now I want to see you shooting that ball. I don't want you to see just passing and run around playing D. Yeah. We need them extra 8 points to get them 10 wins.
I'm gonna try and get more than 8 too.
He's still talking about them 10 wins. 10 wins.
Hey, it's all right.
I had to just throw that in there, coach. I know you're gonna win more than 10 games.
Hey, Doc, but I'm gonna tell you something. We ain't got no easy schedule. I got Bartow on the schedule. I got Winter Haven. I got Auburndale. I got Lake Gibson. I got Clearwater. We don't have an easy schedule. We got Ridge 2 times. We do not have an easy schedule. I'm not even playing any of the county teams, and they've called out to play because I don't feel that they're even on the level to make us even better.
Yeah. Are you in a tip-off classic, coach?
No, I chose not to be in one so that we can really, really grind with these ones that's not going to be because we won't have everybody. Because I'm gonna play with some young kids. I'm gonna play with some 9th graders, man. I got 21 9th grade freshmen that I got to try to cut, and I got 6 sophomores that from my team last year. I got a problem down here. I got 21 kids that I want to keep as freshmen.
So we were just asking,
huh?
When you make it to the White House, that's a good problem.
Oh yeah, it is. All I say is that the next coach gonna be in some good hands because he got some athletes. That's all I can tell him. He got some athletes in that freshman class.
Coach, tell us about that White House experience and how is that driving this season?
Oh man, that's in '98 I went as an assistant coach, and that was okay. But when you got the shoes on your feet and when you walk in there, man, in that arena, it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling. That's one of the things that motivate me, and that's one of the things that I'm telling them, the ones that's returning. Man, don't you just want to go back there? It's like revenge. We owe the White House something. We got put out game 1. We didn't come and play the way we had been playing, so we have an opportunity. Y'all guys that's coming back, you got an opportunity to get back there. So that should motivate you enough. It motivates me enough. Now I know what I got to do as a coach to make sure that we do the proper things to get us there. I've watched that film over and over and over, seen my mistakes, seen the mistakes that we made as a team, and we're gonna correct them. And we gonna make a run, and I know Auburndale and Hardee, and I know Eon. I know that they're favorite for the district. Well, guess what? We the defending district champion, so y'all got to come take it from us. And that's the way I feel about it. I'm not trying to be cocky, arrogant, but I tell you what, don't count us out.
Well, Coach, right along those lines, I was going to ask you about your district. You in the only Polk County district since we got you and Hardee as essentially Polk County teams. Talk about your district because it was pretty competitive last year. You all got 3 teams in the playoffs, and you all end up making it to the semifinal, to the Final Four. Talk about your other teams in your district. I know you talked about your schedule a little bit, but just kind of talk about what you think about them.
Well, Hardee, he's got a lot coming back. He's talented. And he's gonna do well, I think. And he's gonna coach him hard, and they're gonna get after. Eric's gonna be Eric, man. He can be down game 1, game 5 or 6, man. He got him playing hard, and he's just not gonna quit. Especially with him grabbing Diego. You got Diego. He got some pieces over there that he gonna make a run. Don't. I'm not saying that we just gonna go in there and do what we want to do because it's not gonna be an easy task. But he's not gonna come to us and do what he wants to do either. It's gonna be a ball game, and I think it's gonna be one of the toughest districts in the state of Florida. To be honest with you, just by looking at what everybody has and what we got coming back and what they have coming back, it's a tough district that we're in, man. Sometimes I wish they didn't put us over in that Polk County district like that, but I love competition and I don't like to run from it. So it's a great district for us to go and compete. And it makes your guys have to come out and compete every single game. They can't come half-stepping when we go play Auburndale. They can't come half-stepping when we go play Winter Haven. They definitely can't half-step when we play Bartow. So you got to bring your A game every night. You can't come with a C game, and we don't have anybody on our schedule that we can come with a C game and play. Because the C game, you're playing like chumps, So it's going to be a very interesting season. I just hope that we all stay healthy enough to be able to see it all come to fruition.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
You say that y'all have not been able to be in the gym. So how are you all? They expect you all just to start playing in a couple of weeks, and you technically haven't been in the gym or been allowed to go in the gym?
Oh no, we can go in our gym as of 3 weeks ago. We can go in our gym, but me, I've been okay with staying where I've been at the church gym, because number one, it takes our guys out of what they're familiar with. I want them to understand that you ain't gonna play home. A lot of our games, I think we got 7 home games, 8 home games. We on the road. I like to play on the road, put you in some adverse situation and see how you respond to it. That's just my theory. I like to play on the road because I want to play in somebody else's house. Because when you get in the playoffs and you on the road, you understand how to win on the road when you got to travel. Now we were fortunate this year, when we won the district, that every one of our games was home to the Final Four. But that was a blessing. We never had to travel at all. When we traveled to Lakeland, that's it. That's all we had to travel, and we played in Lake Wells for the championship. So I like to play on the road. That's just part of me as a coach. I love to play road trips, and we've got several of them, man. We go all the way over to St. Pete. We go down to Martin County. So we've been able to get in the gym. I just haven't allowed us. We was in our gym Monday. We went back to our gym finally. But we've been at that church gym because it's a full gym. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's a full gym, but it takes us outside of our element and makes us have to adapt. And I want them kids to understand that sometimes we got to adapt and play the cards that we're given,
Coach, that's kind of interesting that you say you got all those road games, because you got like it's tough to come down there to Sebring and win. I mean, the fans show up. You have a real significant home court advantage. So that's interesting to hear you say that you rather go on the road and not necessarily take advantage of it as much. But I mean, I get it. You never know how the playoffs are going to be, but y'all tough to beat. You get down there, and I mean, speaking from experience, it's tough to come down there and win. So that's interesting.
But Coach Princeton, I respect that. When I had my team in 2012, you mentioned that you didn't play some of your county teams. I didn't play some of my county teams that year. And I only had 5 home games. I had my district and I had Bartow. The thing is, in order to get those kids battle tested, you have to go on the road to get good games.
Absolutely.
So those kids are going to be ready in February, when they should be peaking in February at the time that you want them to. It's going to be some ups and downs, some bumps and bruises.
Right.
But I commend you for doing that, because it takes people out of their comfort zone. You was talking about players, but it take you out as a coach also.
Right.
Because it's challenging as a coach in order to do those things. So, Coach, like I said, again, I take my hat off to you. I'm definitely on the plus 11 from Tuma. I really like what you got going down there. I'm pretty sure I see you guys play. That young man back there, he should be motivated, because don't nobody know about him. He wasn't in our top 10 in his class. So I expect that young man to bust on the scene and try to get into our top players when we change these rankings.
I'm sure he will be in there when it's all said and done, and I'm glad that's motivation for him as a player. When it's like that, you want to reach up to the top, man, and dethrone somebody from up there. And that's all I tell him, man. What are you going to get what are you going to do to get to the next level? You know, and he's one of the ones where, you know, he's tough at times, but he's not tougher than me, you know, because I really get at him because I know what's inside him. I see the potential in him, and I'm going to bring it out of him.
Coach, so you haven't had any issues with like losing games? Because I know some teams up here have been struggling. They lost games and stuff due to how I guess, but you different. So I don't know if your county is different game wise. Have you lost any?
Yes, I lost 6 of them, had to reschedule. No, I lost 8. I lost 8 games and had to reschedule them. I put an ad on and got some calls. I mean, I still got 1 game left, and I wanted a guy from Jacksonville called to come up and play in Jacksonville, and I want to go up there. you know,
they got restrictions on you too? Like I know with Polk County, they kind of saying you got to kind of be touching bordering the county. That's how they kind of some of the restrictions. You don't have those kind of restrictions.
Nope. If they got something, it's too late because I done got my schedule out, so I ain't nothing changing.
Coach, make sure we get a copy of that. We definitely need that, Coach.
Okay, I will get it to you.
Coach, how you say this is your last year? You've been a Sebring guy like forever.
Yes,
How has it been? How has it been from then to now? You know, they got this then and now stuff on Facebook. How has it been?
Back then, it wasn't. People supported coming to the games and all. But since I've been the head coach, and I guess from being number one, an alumni, and for being around in the community and the job that I have and knowing different people from a business standpoint, financially, we basically never wanted for anything down here. Fan support has always been great since I've been the coach. It's a blessing to be down here, to be honest with you. And like I always say, whoever steps into this job down here, they got a great community, number one, and it's a great support system that's down here. And it's been good for me. It really has. From what 92, I've been since 92. It's been awesome. And if I didn't have my son, I probably wouldn't stop coaching. But that's the driving factor for me.
Yeah. Well, that says something about you character-wise. You know that you is family is bigger than basketball, and then also just what you said about Alvin. That says a lot about you and your character. And like I said, you didn't have to speak on it. I just wanted, in fairness, to give you a chance to speak on it. Because I know you've been. It was news. I mean,
absolutely.
And so appreciate you. Speaking on it and being as transparent as you always are with everything. So want to give you one, as we close up with you, want to give you a chance. Any final thoughts, anything else you kind of, you want people to know? I know you say you're not playing in the tip-off class. So when is your first game? We just kind of trying to put people's stuff out there. Just
we played DeSoto 24th. See, he probably don't memorize the schedule. We played DeSoto the 24th. Then we're supposed to play Bartow, but after that, but I definitely ain't finna play Bartow with some young kids. So I'm gonna call McGriff, and me and him gonna work something out. I'm sure that he understands because he gonna kind of be in the same boat. But when you got KJ and you got Walt, you could beat a lot of teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get you.
But he want to be competitive too, man. So and he understands like I do too. And plus we playing over in the Hive, so I want to make sure that I give these kids an opportunity to be competitive to another team. And after that, I think we're off a week or so before we go back. I kind of spread the games out because I kind of felt as though that our football team was going to be pretty good this year. And the way the COVID schedule that they got us set up on, it should be very good for us if we just go and handle business.
So you feel like you ain't gonna have your guys for a while?
Yes, I won't have them for 4 weeks. I honestly believe that. From what I've seen and the film that we've watched, it probably going to be 4 weeks. I mean, it is what it is, and I'm happy for my brother. He's been at it for 10 years now, man, and getting an opportunity to actually get in the playoffs is big for him and big for these kids. And they working their tails off for him. And I'm just here trying to support him, whatever I can do, man. And, he's asking me all kind of questions about this and that. what you do about this, but those kids are enjoying it. And the kids that came from the basketball program, and he's constantly, almost every day, saying something. Guys, how did it feel to go play in Lakeland? Y'all don't know what it feels like. Would y'all tell them what it feels like? And that's the big thing that we're doing right now is letting those kids understand how important it is to come to practice and practice hard. Leave everything out there in practice and play fast in practice, and the game becomes slow. And so I probably won't have them for another 4 weeks. I honestly believe that, unless something drastically happens.
You got you and him, y'all. You got something that's not real natural, because of the relationship that you and Coach Scott got. Football and basketball. So you all out, y'all coach together, y'all friends, y'all alumni. So that's something that every school doesn't enjoy. They don't enjoy that type of relationship. That's a good thing. So
yeah, it's one of the best things I say as a coach that I could be in. I mean, I coached him as a player. LeVar is just like, I call him my son, but he's grown now, so I call him my brother. So we're very, very close, and we share athletes, man. You think you can get this kid to come out? Absolutely. Hey, man, you need to go play football. I mean, I got a kid that never played football before. He's out there playing football now. And all I said was, I like how aggressive he's been coming. Now he's stronger. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like for my kids to play football. I mean, I know a lot of people don't, but man, when I get them, man, they're ready to run through a wall. So it's okay by me. It really is.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you giving us a few minutes of your time, man. Good luck on the season. We will, of course, we'll be in the gym to check you out. Good luck to you, sir, in the back. Thank you for coming in and giving us a couple minutes of your time as well. Y'all be safe, man, and we'll definitely be in touch. Appreciate you, Coach.
Okay.
Good luck, Coach.
All right. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. See you.
You too.
All right. Well, our co-host is he back now? Okay. Co-host got that new phone. Got him jumping in and out.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so just moving right along, we got our other team out of Highlands County in the studio, so we're gonna bring them on. It's
they got their own county. That's Wauchula.
Wauchula is Hardee County.
It's Hardee County.
Highland County. Yeah, get it right. Yeah, we don't want to burn them.
Trying to get them a jump
before we even started. So without further ado, I think they was at practice. I think they're done now. It's Coach Wiley Helms and Hardee.
We go, guys.
From Wauchula. What's going on with you, Coach?
How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, we're just trying to make it, man. Appreciate you and you guys coming on and giving us a few minutes of your time.
Hey, we appreciate y'all. It's definitely a pleasure for us, and I tell you, every coach and every kid out there appreciate what y'all are doing for them right now.
Okay, we appreciate that. Well, kind of the setup. I kind of told you earlier. We give you a chance to make open a statement. I don't know if you want to say anything more than what you just said, but if you can, just open a statement about the upcoming season, how you feel about things. We'll ask you and you guys a couple questions, and then you'll finish up. So anything, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Well, last year we had a pretty good season, but I know some of the baseball critics or should I say basketball critics out there, Mr. Toomer and some of them other fellas out there was talking about kind of like our schedule, a little pancake schedule and stuff. And then of course, hey, I'm just picking at you, Toomer. I'm just picking at you. Hey, but and then Auburndale comes to town, ranked number 9 in the state, and we win by double digits here at home, and still didn't get much credit, after that. But I think my guys, we did good last year. We lost one senior. He averaged 10 points a game, but we've got 4 of our starters back, and each of them averaged double figures. So we're really excited. We got a little bit tougher schedule. That's why I brought up about the cupcake stuff. We we got Ridge, Winter Haven, Lake Wells, of course, our district, DeSoto, Palmetto, Frostproof, Discovery, Kathleen, Auburndale, Fort Meade, which that's my hometown. I got to play Fort Meade every year. Y'all got to understand that. Lake Gibson, Vero Beach, Venice, Braden River, Durant, Braden of Southeast, Kathleen again, Lakeland, Manatee, Avon Park, And of course, we got the Mosaic shootout and Lakeland shootout. And before I get too far on the Lakeland part, earlier on in the year, y'all had Coach Hen was on there. Y'all talked about Hardee's schedule going 20-5, and somebody said, didn't you beat them? And he said, yeah, by 16 or 18. He needs to look at the record. They beat us by 6. And my big man back here, Parker, only played 5 minutes because of the big old blister on his foot. So they got to come to the cage. They got to come to the cage this year. So it's going to be, we're looking forward. We got that game circled.
So if them 16 is available for you to beat them by 16, you're going to make sure you beat them by 16 then.
And then some if we can, brother.
Oh, I like to hear it. I like to hear it, yes.
Hey, Coach, I think you the first coach that has got on here and ran off this entire schedule without us asking about it. That means you must feel pretty good about things. So I know one thing was, and I know it had to be frustrating for you. Me and you kind of talked, by chat a couple times, but the fact that you guys won 20 games and didn't get in the playoffs, I know that had to be frustrating. But, last year you guys were probably the team that was affected the most in our area that we cover with the new formula for how they do, with the strength of schedule and that kind of stuff. Because in a normal season, 20-5, you get in the playoffs. But they did the strength of schedule thing, and it kind of hurt you all. So listening to you, I just right offhand, I heard about 5 or 6 teams that made it to the playoffs last year that you got on the schedule. So and you're going in, you home with Kathleen, and I know when I coached, we came down to Hardee once or twice, and I don't know if you all still got it where it's almost like it's dark in there, like you don't have all the lights on. But that's definitely not a easy place to come and play and walk out with a win. So I like the excitement. Just you talked about your schedule, so you haven't had any issues with, because I know some teams up this in Polk County, and Coach Princeton just said that he lost 8 games. He had to go back and find. So you didn't have any problems with scheduling. You didn't lose anything with everything that's going on. You were able to keep all your games.
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, we even added 2 for the preseason tip-off. We go to Frostproof to play Ridge, which, everybody knows Ridge and what they got coming in. And then Winter Haven, a playoff team from last year. We go to Auburndale and play them. And then a district opponent, Lake Wells, comes to our place that Friday night. So we got 3 tip-off games. And that's probably going to be without our one of our leading scorers from last year because going through a surgery. It's Caden Bryan, and then our football players. So we're going to be playing with really a skeleton team, but that's when you get to lean on people that you're not used to leaning on, and you get to see what the other guys have got.
So you got a couple guys playing football?
Oh yeah, we got Myron Refor. That was one of our leading scorers last year. He's a DB. You got Kavaris White. He was a double-digit scorer last year. He's a DB. You got Caden Dunlap, who was 6-man coming off the bench last year. He's on that team also. You got Trayvon Thomas. He's 6'2", a shooter from outside. Deadly out there. So yes, sir. We got a handful of football players, plus some JV guys that were last year on the JV team that may be up to play varsity this year.
Okay. So did you did your schedule with the thought that you wouldn't have those guys? Because we just talked to Princeton, by the way, he said that y'all football team in trouble tomorrow night. He wanted to make sure that we told you that. So that's just me giving you the message. That's not us, but he kind of backloaded his schedule because he felt like they were going to be pretty good in football. So he's not playing a tip-off classic. He's playing one game, I think he said, a week of Thanksgiving. He don't play again until like December. So you kind of sound like you front-loaded your schedule. So you kind of made the schedule with knowing that you wouldn't have your guys, or you just kind of was trying to get games where you could get them?
We were just getting games. Like I said, we just this COVID and everything, the kids are ready to play. They're ready for competition. They're tired of beating up on each other. They're ready to play. And the football players, these guys are athletes. You know, they'll be ready to play ball. They won't have that sweet touch at the end of a shot or at the rim, but you know, they're athletes. You know, I've got all the faith in the world on them, and they'll be ready. They'll be ready. But Sebring's got a squad this year on their football side. It's going to be an interesting game tomorrow night.
Is it down in Hardee or is it in Sebring?
It's at the Den. It's here at Hardee, so it's at the Cat's Den. So
it's at the Den. You got the Den and you got the cage.
Yes, sir.
Which one is tougher to play in, the Den or the cage? I know you're a little biased, but which one is tougher to play in, the Den or the cage?
Well, anybody that knows Hardee is going to say the Den, but when me and my staff took over 5 years ago, we decided it's going to be the cage. We're going to make basketball relevant here in Hardee County. So that's what we've been trying to do over the last 5 years.
Well, Coach, tell us real quick, because you guys, I mean, it's clear that you excited and you confident, which, you know, we like to see that, but it's clear that you guys behind you are confident and excited too. So kind of let us know who you got. You told us who is playing football, but who you got with? I know my man we know Parker, homecoming king, but who, you know, but just, you know, the people that don't know, help us out.
All right. Well, you got Parker Satcher. He's a senior this year, 6'8". I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. He's got what was your 4 point? What'd you tell me the other day? 4.6 GPA, 4.6, and not a lot of people know, but Colgate University has been communicating with me about him. So
wow, that's
as long as he keeps going, that's going to be big for him. That's going to be big for him. And this was Caden Hart. He come from Fort Meade. He's the one that decided to come from Fort Meade. He didn't get a lot of time down there, and he decided it was time for him to move on and try a new home. His mom's actually our AD, so his mom's worked down here for years in the school system. So he decided to follow Mama and come on down here, and we welcome him with open arms. He's 6'6", so he's going to help Parker out a little bit under the goal.
Okay. You got one more back there.
Oh, that's my coach. That's my assistant coach.
My bad, coach. My bad. You look like you ready to jump out there and run a drill with the guys. Look like.
Hey, if he had some eligibility, I'd put him on the squad. But I checked, he doesn't have any left.
So, Coach, you got you a 6'8" guy, and you got you a 6'6" guy from Fort Meade, which I know that probably didn't go over well, being that you from Fort Meade. But I mean, you kind of probably got away with it because his mom works, so it's kind of tough to go against mom. But so, Coach Preston just talked about how tall he got. A couple 6'6", 6'7" guys. We had Eric on last week from Arbondale. He has a couple 6'6", 6'8" guys. I mean, we always talk about in the county how sometimes the teams are lacking in size, but in your district alone, you guys got multiple 6'5" and above. So talk about the rest of your district for a second. What's your thoughts on the teams in the district and how you feel about, you know, that coming in this year?
Well, Princeton, without a doubt, Princeton, whether he's got something or doesn't have something, Princeton's going to come to coach every game, give him everything he's got. A lot of people don't know, but Princeton and I played high school basketball against each other. He was a blue streak and I was a minor. You know, we went head to head for years in high school. So I know Princeton's mentality. He's going to be ready. And I didn't realize he had that many tall kids. He's picking them out of somewhere. I mean, if you're not a Sasser, you got to come in from somewhere else in Hardee County to be tall. So, but Coach Skipper, I know he's going to be ready. You know, he's always ready. You know, he's got a tough little squad there. His son, I believe, is a senior this year. He's a good little ball player. Lake Gibson, Coach Austin there. You know, I watched him the other day. He's a real good coach, and I'm happy for that program getting him. I'm happy for the area getting him from out of state. Coach Robinson and Auburndale. I need to read his book and find out how he, he just got these players coming left and right, but that only talks about how good his program is and how good of a coach he is. I give him all the credit for that. Coach, he's a good guy, real good guy, and without a doubt, he's going to do something big up there. And you can't leave Lake Wells out. I don't care. They only won 3 games last year, but they've got a team that likes to hustle, play for Coach B real hard. So, I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I truly believe we've got the toughest district in the state, without a doubt. And just last year showed it alone. I mean, we could have had 5 teams in the playoffs.
Legitimately, you could have had 5 in, and then one of the teams from your district made it to the Civic Center. And that's kind of what we said. Whoever makes it out you all's district is in good shape. We said that last year, and we kind of feel that way this year. That whoever makes it out is in real good shape to make a run to the Civic Center. Coach, you got anything? I don't want to just keep.
Yes, sir. Coach, how you doing?
All right, brother. Yourself?
I cannot complain. I wish I had your problem. One thing is, Coach, I mean, we know Coach Eric personally, so we really give him a tough time, and we kind of challenge him to make it to the White House and the Civic Center this year. In actuality, you have the most coming back. You have the most pieces coming back. So your continuity should be there. Your chemistry should be there. You even added another piece.
Yep.
So what's the expectations now walking into the gym? Like what will measure y'all success this year?
Just coming in and going. Like I said, talked about earlier, our football players, once they get in, there's no doubt in my mind that they know the guys that are already here. It's just a matter of us getting out there and I see that, Princeton. Oh, good. It's just a matter of us getting out there playing our game, Coach, and doing our thing. Wins and losses early on in the season, and that's what's going to show what we're going to do this year. If we gel early, there's going to be trouble, on the other side. I think our biggest problem more than some of these other teams is our depth. We probably have a good, strong 7. Outside of that, we may an injury, a flu bug, and last year going into the district, one of our leading scorers was out with the flu, and the other one was had an ankle that was hurt, and he didn't get to play that much against Lake Region there. So I mean, we really between the flu bug and I believe it was COVID. Honestly, the way it was with everybody around here that early on, and it hurt us. It hurt us last year. But like I said, this year, it's just a matter of us getting in here, getting up and down the court, learning each other again, just getting gelled again. And I have all the confidence in the world in these guys, and
Coach, usually when I was a head coach at Lake Wells, I always had coaches that I looked up to and other coaches that I leaned on. Like, who are your go-to guys? Who do you tailor your coaching style after, and who are some of the ones that influence, the way that you coach?
Probably my biggest influence was my high school coach, Archie Gale. He had some great teams there in Fort Meade. Those 2 teams that he carried back-to-back trips to the White House, Lance Fultz, Andre Camp, all them guys there. That group there made me fall in love with basketball. And Coach used to he spent time with me, playing me one-on-one and all that stuff. And I try to do the same thing with my guys, so he's who I look up to. But I'm going to be honest with you. My go-to coaches are my squad. Coach Myers back here and Coach Hodges. They're my backbone. Without them, the last 5 years, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
So you only got 2 coaches. You don't have as many as Bartow. You only got 2.
I don't have 9 coaches. I don't have that many suits and all that stuff. But I've got a volunteer coach, Coach Rudy Casso. And Coach Josh. We got a couple of volunteer coaches that help us out. Come in there and run up and down the court, and they've been AAU coaches and stuff like that. But I lean on my guys. I got all the respect in the world for the coaches before me here. Chris Cook, hired me as assistant here. Before him, Coach Dickey was here, and I was supposed to coach with him that year. And just so happened that the junior high coach decided not to come back. So that would have been my son and that group's 8th grade year. So I stepped right in after coaching them through the summer in AAU ball, and the rest is history, you know.
Coach, I got a question for Parker. Parker, all right, I'm going to let you know there's a lot of arguments behind the scenes about you when we was doing these player rankings. For the record, me and Toomer are one of your biggest fans and felt that you should have been higher on that top 10 list. All right, so we're going to put all the blame on Polk Hoops about you not being higher, okay? But what we expect is for you, we expect a big year out of you and for you to climb up on that top 10 list. So this is your senior year. Can you explain to us how important this season is going to be for you and your teammates?
I really think this year is going to be extremely important, especially to this year's team, just because this is the closest I think we've ever been as a team and together. I've never been part of a team that flows as well as this team does. And just the way we create the ball and just score, it's fun. And the way we, can get back on defense and just play.
Now you played for Coach Eric, and Diego was your teammate this summer. Explain to us what's the feeling going to be? What's the energy going to be when Hardee plays Auburndale?
I'm just excited for that game. Just all those guys over there on Team T-Mat, just playing with all them. I respect all of them. Those guys are some wonderful players, amazing players. I just can't wait to go head-to-head with them. Hopefully walk out with a win.
So we had a lot of transfers during the off season. So you got you one. Got your 6'6" kind of import, I guess. To you, sir, how has it been going from Fort Meade to Hardee, which essentially I guess you went from you went on the other side of the tracks. How has it been at Hardee, and what are your expectations for yourself and the team for this season?
Expectations are real high all around this year, and it's been real easy getting along with everybody. Just getting out there, it's not any trouble getting a ball past them or anything. So it's all going real good.
Okay. To either one of you young men, what can people expect out of when they come in the gym to come see Hardee play this year? What type of team can they expect to see?
Tough defense. That's what's going to be. That's going to be our bread and butter this year. Definitely defense and just fast break offense. Yeah.
Okay. Coach, how has it been with practicing and conditioning things, just working around COVID and the restrictions? I don't know what the restrictions are down in Hardee County, but how has it been kind of working around things?
Well, I think we took 2 weeks off. That was actually when the football team come down, had COVID in the football program. Before that, I think we maybe was out of the gym a month. So since COVID hit, we probably maybe a month and a half we hadn't been in the gym. What we do, we come in, we got the Clorox wipes and try to wipe the ball down as often as possible. It's basketball. It's going to be hard to keep a kid off each other if you're going to play basketball. I mean, that's probably my biggest fear for the year is someone coming in, with COVID and not knowing it. That's big for all of us, So, but overall, I mean, it's been like any other year, outside of COVID. COVID. I can't really say it's been normal. Because none of us are used to anything like this, I'm 51 years old, and I don't remember ever seeing anything like this in my whole life.
How has it been like school-wise down there? Are you all online? You on campus, or how is it? How is that?
It's a mixture. It's a mixture. You have some going to school. I think they can go to school 2 days a week, or they can go the full 5 days, or they can do it online.
Okay. Now, do you work at Hardee?
No, sir. I work for Mosaic. I'm a mechanic out there at the phosphate mines. This is my passion and my joy. So once I do my 8 there, they got me until it's time to go home.
Okay, I was just asking because I didn't know if you like had a situation like you got a basketball class, because I know some coaches have like basketball classes during the day, so their kids, actually come on campus. So I didn't know how that looked. So
right. Oh, that'd be nice to have that. Now I'm not gonna lie to you there. That would be nice. I heard one of the coaches talking about that the other day about like 4th period or 5th period they got the boys in there. So
yeah, some of the schools they go. It's different strokes for different folks or whatever. So Coach, you spoke a little bit about your tip-off class. You say that you all are playing in Frostproof. Who are you playing again, and what are the dates?
November the 17th we play Ridge in Frostproof, and then the 19th we go to Auburndale and play Winter Haven, and then we're hosting Lake Wells at home on the 20th.
Coach, so you got Ridge and Winter Haven right off the top?
Right out the gate, brother. Right out the gate.
You're not running from nobody, huh, Coach?
There ain't no cupcake this year, brother. We either gonna do it or we're gonna learn a lot.
Frostproof a long way, but we may have to make that road to check you and Ridge out, because there's a lot of high expectations with both of you all's teams this year. With you bringing back everybody except one person, and Ridge, brought in like you got 1 transfer, Ridge got like 6 to go with what he already had.
You sure won the whole squad, boy. He got him 2 guards and or that forward and that guard, and then the rest of the team. He's loaded. He's loaded.
Yeah, he's not bad at all. So then you got Winter Haven. Now Winter Haven, well, I don't know. They may be out of the playoffs by then, because they got a couple kids that's playing football too. So, but yeah, you didn't know. Now Lake Wells is a tip-off game, or that's a regular season game. I know they're a district team.
Yeah, it's just a tip-off. I wasn't able to. Princeton and I tried to, but it didn't work out. We talked about it early on. But it didn't work out for us to get a game together, and my schedule being full, all I could do was add tip-off games, and that's how I ended up with Lake Wells. So,
so you're not playing all the teams in the county. You're not playing all the teams in your district, right?
No, sir. I play Auburndale once. We play Lake Gibson twice, home and home with them. We don't play Lake Region, and we don't play Sebring. And we play, like I said, it's a tip-off for Lake Wells.
Coach, you have any holiday tournaments?
Yes, sir. We're going to Sarasota Riverview. There's Venice, Braden River, and Durant is who we're supposed to play there. So
okay, so you definitely not. It definitely won't be strength of schedule this year, huh? Nobody won't be able to call your schedule cupcake this year, huh?
Well, like Super told me, he didn't say it, and I believe him. And so, but I heard a lot of people talking about that out there, and it's our time. It's our time to show that we're not running from anybody.
Do you think that had an impact on you all not making it in last year, the strength of schedule, or it just was the luck of the draw?
I honestly had to. That's the only way. That's the only way you can do it. I mean, we're 20-5, and Auburndale, when they were number 9 in the state, and we beat them at our place, and
should have got some points for that. You didn't get points for that one. Yeah,
well, I mean, we were 2-0 in the district, and last year, we only played them, and of course Lake Wells, they were down, but we truly thought we were going to be in, and honestly. The injuries and the flu bug hit, right before the district. So, I mean, even the game against Vanguard right there at the end, we lost that right at the end of the game. And, that could have possibly been the turning point there, because we were number 8 in the region then. And next time around, we were like number 10.
Well, Coach, I know that at the end of the year, I know that you say you're in the Lakeland Challenge and you're in the Mosaic. And I've kind of looked at some of the teams that they – got that's confirmed. So you're going to get two good games to end the year. So it definitely won't be strength of schedule this year. So that's a credit to you that you went out and found the game so you can eliminate. You're doing your part. Now, like you say, your kids just got to go out and play and let the rest of them take care of themselves. So, well, Coach, you got any final thoughts? Anything you want to end with? It, want people to know about as we close up?
I invite everybody to come to these ball games and support these young men. I mean, they're all, they're student athletes first. They got to have them grades to be on the team, and that's one thing that us as a team, you got to have a 2.0. We as a team 3.0. Our goal is a 3.5, and last year we played with a 3.3 GPA as a team, and this year we hope to do the same thing, if not higher. I'm gonna stay on the horn, trying to get some of these guys some looks. Not only with y'all's coverage, but also myself and my coaches reaching out to these other ball coaches. Our goal as coaches, is to get these kids to college. To me personally, the district, the White House, that would be awesome. But what really makes my day is seeing these young men go to college and, getting that education and entering the world, as great young men. And that's our goal as coaches. And I believe we've been doing that so far, 4 years and four scholarships, 4 kids playing college basketball. So this is number 5, and Parker and a couple of these other guys, they're going to keep the streak going, a player a year. That's our goal.
Coach, that's commendable, and that's really what it's all about. So we appreciate and thank you for all your work you're doing down there in Hardee. I want to give you guys and you coach in the back, they want to say any final thing before we sign off with you.
Appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all just coming down and looking at some of our guys, even just giving us recognition, even though we're not in Polk County. I appreciate it a lot.
Yes, sir. Well, for us, in Polk County, that's why we cover you. We take the heat for when people have stuff to say, but it'll be okay. But we'll bless you.
Top 10, man. You're top 10.
Yes, sir.
We definitely will be. We definitely will be to check you guys out, and wish you all the best of luck, Coach. Hopefully everybody stays safe, during the year. And thank you for giving us a little bit of your time, fellas. Good luck to you this season, and y'all be blessed and be safe.
Hey, I thank y'all. Y'all have a good one, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Bro, that district gonna shape up to be very interesting at the end of January. Very.
Yeah, once everybody get their people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever be playing well, I think that team can make it to the White House in that region anyway.
It definitely is going to be a competitive.
Now, Auburndale ain't a lock, huh?
No.
Well.
No, they not a lot. After today, I was confident before, and the pressure's still on E to make it, because this is one of his better chances in actually making it. But with the team that he has, but that district that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be real rough.
Don't know what's got. Coach Princeton keeping a little quiet over there, boy. He's smiling.
Hey,
don't sound like he worried about Auburndale.
Princeton got on here smiling.
It don't seem like he worried about no Auburndale.
He got on here. It don't seem like he lost Alvin, but he don't seem like he wasn't on here crying. And he definitely wasn't. He wasn't looking like he was,
And Hardee coach got a lot of confidence too, man. I like that confidence. Hey, y'all didn't catch on. Coach said he beat Auburndale twice. He said it twice. Like, let me remind y'all. We beat that last year, right? Number 9 in the state. We beat that package.
I mean, it is what it is,
I respect that. I like the confidence. I like the confidence.
Yeah, and it's gonna carry him through this season. He knows that he can go to Auburndale, and he can beat Auburndale at his house. So that's gonna carry on.
They both not lacking in confidence. So you gotta like that. And next week we got another one of their district people be on Lake Region to be here next week, Lake Region and Lakeland. So Skip ain't lacking no confidence. So
and the thing is like it's not a lot of talk about them. So I'm in Lake Region's not no pushover either, bro. That district definitely is gonna be real interesting. It's gonna be tougher than what I initially thought. You know what I'm saying? So
best district, honestly.
Yeah.
That was Monty selling out talking about they ain't played nobody last year. Did they play Kathleen last year?
No, but they played them twice this year.
I'm gonna beat that game.
Listen, he didn't play in the Mosaic last year. He in the Mosaic. That alone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you go 25, return what you got. You got to respect that, man. Start giving these guys respect, man. And you know, people be, oh, they ain't play nobody. You got a good core of guys that don't play together now a couple years. I
wonder has Hardee ever made it in basketball to the White House? I know they have some pretty good football teams.
I don't think they ever. I've been here 25. I've never heard it.
I have to go do some research. That's a good question. So back to the question: practice, tries, with practice starting on Monday. What is the deal? What are we saying, and what are we thinking about tryouts at the high school level?
We don't want the school board to get sued.
So we only doing tryouts because we have to do them.
Yeah.
Yeah, trials are 3 days now. You got to do it at least 3 days.
But what you even doing? You in there like actually evaluating talent? You just throwing the ball up and say y'all go play a couple 5-on-5 for 30 minutes and go? I mean,
hey, man, if you cut my kid without having one day of trials, I'm going to the school board. I'm finna get some money. Cash the check.
That has been done before, man.
I'm giving him the reason. I'm telling him like why they have trials. They know who they already got on their team. And if you come out during summertime, you really wasting your time. But
you gotta have it. Only time that I really had trials was that first year, because coming in as a first year coach, everybody think they'll at least have a chance of making the team. So I had a lot of people in the gym. But after that first year, when it came to varsity, there wasn't a lot of people coming in the gym, especially how we played. And you don't supposed to tell them, but if you don't come during the summer,
you're done.
Your chances is slim to none to make that varsity team. You got to be special if you're not putting in that work in the
camp. Scott, you tell us you want to go to camp. You lacking. If you're on the team Florida Southern camp, it's a good chance you might not be in this program.
Yeah. A big chance that you won't be, But so mostly, man, especially how things are nowadays, the trials really for JV. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's really for. To be honest, we practice. We had the tryouts over there, but we was over here practicing. You know what I'm saying? We had to get ready. We had things to do.
There may be some schools that actually need it. I see Coach Dave from McKeel say some people need tryouts.
I was never to say McKeel name.
Well, that's their coach. That's the head coach that say some people need tryouts. So it may be some cases where you kind of. I guess my thought on it is how basketball is now. Basketball has essentially become year round. So just say in a normal, off season, which this one normal off season, you playing in the spring, you playing travel ball, you playing summer league, you playing fall league. At that point, you pretty much kind of know who you got. You essentially been doing an extended trial. So then you got to come on after all of that and then do 3 more days. When I've been looking at you since, April, 3 more days is not going to necessarily make me change my mind. I guess that's my thought process. I mean, unless, like you say, you got a kid that just pop up out the blue, just show up and, I don't know. It just seemed like it just seemed a little bit off.
I mean, it all depends on what school you're at. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you at one of them big high schools where you don't get to see everybody, but I really don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I guess, do need tryouts, but as a coach, how you not know what's walking around in your school, even if they, can look like they play basketball, at least try to get them out there and work with them. But that's just me. Tryouts is actually taken away from practice time. So we had it, but it was for mainly JV. After that first year, people weren't coming out to try out for varsity. I ain't had that problem. And then like the first year that we made it to the Final Four, we had one kid come out. All right. We had him try out basically with our JV team. He wouldn't have made our JV team, but he went to the AD on us talking about we didn't give him a chance. So
that lawsuit part.
But we had trials. He was there all 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So we evaluated him, but you wouldn't make our JV team. So how you feel that you didn't have, a good chance to make varsity? I mean, plus that was a year we was loaded with capers and all them. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm with all. Yeah, it's definitely a waste, but the lawsuit thing.
Yeah, man. But at the varsity level now, man, if you're not putting in work with your coach and your team during the summer, you shouldn't have no expectations of making that team unless you one of them 5-star elite players.
Right. And so I guess I was just on my thought, because I know, like I say, y'all started this week, coach, and next week, the boys get started. So it was kind of on my mind. So what's y'all, yesterday we kind of posted it. What's your all thoughts on the new coach, the new head coach at Haines City High School? I guess everybody got a coach. Coach Antbo, Anthony John. First of all, congratulations. Shout out to Coach Antbo.
Shout out to Antbo.
I love it.
For them name him as the head coach over at Haines City High School. We got a lot of love on the page yesterday. Obviously, Coach Antbo well thought of over in Haines City. Kind of one of the authority figures, kind of guy that if you want to know some information or you want to know something about Haines City basketball, you kind of reach out to Coach Antbo. He'll get you what you need. So what's y'all thoughts on that? Are they still 20?
Oh yeah, they still
20 now.
Yeah, they still 20. They might not even be number 20. It's only 20 teams.
Yeah.
But give my boy a year or two. Them Oakland kids gonna be right back in that Haines City gym.
So I
love it. That was the best move Haines City could have did. He'll get him a great coaching staff, and he's the perfect fit for the situation, man.
I don't know, Tuma. It's gonna be interesting because if the dude from Ridge has a great year, I don't think no kid's gonna be really just running over there. And then the new high school is opening up next year. You know what I'm saying? So, but he gives Haines City what they need, and that's stability. You know what I'm saying? He's a Haines City guy. He should be able to rally the community and make sure that the kids get out there that needs to get out there. He deserved a chance, and I'm rooting for Coach Antbo to turn that program around.
Cause right now, Ridge top 3 kids, not counting the transfers. Ridge top 3 kids from what Coach said when he came on, Coach Smith. They are Oakland kids, right?
But Oakland is zoned for Ridge.
Oh yeah.
Oakland's zoned for Ridge.
That's right.
So it's not like that's not his kids. Those are Ridge kids.
But the zones, we know the zones in Haines City are suggested. They're not like really.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to go to Haines City, they can go to Haines City. But that area is zoned for Ridge. I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah, he'll get his head knocked in this year, and then my boy will be back.
It's gonna be rough this year. You're just gonna have to play the long game.
Ain't nowhere out of it. You got to start next week.
He need admin support, and they got to understand and be supportive and be patient to allow him to build that program.
But that zone, I mean, it's Ridge right now. But like Coach Jimmy said, Coach Down said, with that new school, they're gonna have to change those zones too, right? So no telling way Oakland might end up being technically zone 4 after
Oakland will be back Haines City.
Hey, Oakland go back to Haines City once they redo the zones.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna have to get some of them. They got to take some of them Ridge people and send it back to that Davenport school.
Yeah, I think they're getting most of that Ponciana area, that Lake Marion Creek area.
Right by Claremont and all that too.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. All right. I got one more question for you all before we let you go. I read that 7% of high school athletes make it to college to play football. Of that, 1% make it to the league. So question is kind of 2-part question. How much does luck come into play, and is God-given ability considered luck? Like yesterday, kid from Lake Gibson, Sam McCall, he played basketball too, but he's a football guy. He 11, he's a junior this year. He committed to the University of Florida. How much of what he has, just to use him since he kind of right on the, he current, is God given, and just period. How much of it how much of it is luck? Because it's a lot of great players that never made it. So how much of it is luck? Is there such thing called luck? How much is it God given ability? What's y'all take on that?
First of all, God given ability is not luck. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But where the luck come in at is opportunity. Being on the stage and the platforms and getting the opportunity to be seen. And for a long time, these kids wasn't able to be seen, but with all the social media, then when you start talking about football, the 7-on-7 teams and tournaments, it's really able to spread over a global network. Where when me and Tuma came through, it was a lot harder for us to reach the West Coast or the Midwest. But with social media right now and all these platforms and people amping these kids, it's a lot more people able to see them. But luck does come into play because somebody might walk in the gym or walk on the field to see somebody else, and you perform at a high level. Now the radar is on you, and now they're recruiting you, and that happens a lot. That happens a lot.
Lucky that opportunity to go out of state and prep schools and stuff like the Tracy's and the Amaris and those type of people that get to go to those camps and get known. You get that becomes. But as far as dedication puts you in a great situation too. How bad do you want it? You determined to work hard. I think it's hard work, bro, and making the right choice as far as the school. Because a lot of these kids now. I seen a kid that he was okay as far as talent, but he was young and he was trying to already determine himself on making choices on high school like it was college. So he was too good. He was making himself like he was already too good, and he hadn't even made it to high school yet. And then his whole career in high school, he transferred to every school, to 4 different schools. But the kid taught like he was a superstar in 8th grade. And it's like, you ain't even got a name yet. Then you get to high school, and it's 4 different schools he went to.
So kind of like what Billy D was saying, when you all were in school, you didn't have social media. You guys still made it to college. Does it become easier now because of social media to get to college?
No, I don't think so. It's still about the coaching and the programs that you at. We was up under some coaches, man, and that's still the trend now. You look at a football team that has 50-some players, but how many actually go to school? So
Tuma make a great point, and people recruit programs. They're coming to Lakeland to get football players, point blank. That's just what it is, and they're going to continue to do that because they know what the product that they're getting. Is it sometimes hit or miss? Yes, sometimes it's hit or miss when you just recruiting programs because there's programs around it that don't get that recognition that has players too. And I said for a long time, we talked about it before in this podcast, that Black schools do not come to the county and recruit players. Especially in the county. We know, everybody come recruit Lakeland for football, but there's other players here, that can play in the SWAC, in the MEAC, and all the other school conferences that are out there. And we always had talent here. It should be a pipeline of talent coming from Polk County going to HBCUs. And it's not, because they go to Miami and recruit those programs. They'll go to Jacksonville and recruit those programs and not give, the opportunity to these kids that are here. And we have basketball players. Let's not make no mistakes about it. we've always had some players that can play on that level or higher. But for some reason, they do not come here and recruit us intentionally and seriously enough for us to consider them.
So then if you got talent and they don't come, then I guess
who's not coming? What you mean they don't come, bro?
Like Coach Billy D just said, the school's not coming to look for you. So that 7% is not going to improve. Definitely not in Polk County because we don't have kids that can play, but for whatever reason, it's just the perception. I mean,
kids ain't taking it serious in the classroom either, bro. So why would I waste my time?
You got a point there. And, they look at the whole student, what's going on around them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've talked to a lot of high-profile coaches and where they start recruiting kids because what they put on social media. You know what I'm saying? One of my best kids that I had at Lake Wells, he was a football kid, probably one of the most talented kids that I probably coached. But Power 5 schools like, Coach, we've seen this social media, and that's not the type of kid that we want here. They want to go in there and put them rap lyrics on, use the N-word, be all that cursing and stuff. They got people specifically looking at you just for that.
The gold plates in their mouth. I mean, the kids, it's all right to be a kid, but we talked about this before. That a lot of kids are missing right now. When you enter high school and your expectation is you want to be a college player, it's a business now. It's no more of a just a fun thing that you love. It's actually a business. So you got to make those choices on how important is school, how important is getting your education, how important is your look on social media, especially now. So social media is going to become a trend where you can get money off of it. They're letting college kids get money now, right? So now as a recruiter, you got to have that concern because what kids are not going to be asking those questions? Is your school going to help me build my brand? So it's a lot. It's so many different things, man, that these kids don't treat it as a business. And bro, we talk about it all the time. And it's so different because when we played Billy D, we didn't have these outlets. We didn't have social media and all that. Now they got that. And it's hurting them more than it's helping.
And to them, man, they don't realize that that's a digital print that lasts forever.
Oh, what you post ain't going away.
It's not going away. It's amazing how these kids get drafted and they bring up tweets from like high school or before high school.
Crazy, and they probably deleted it as soon as they posted it. They probably deleted it a minute later, but somebody that don't capture it, popularity can be a killer.
It could be a killer. You know what I'm saying? And they don't realize the repercussions later in life. You know what I'm saying? That's where we got to step in as mentors, coaches, and parents to give these kids guidance that they can hurt themselves later on down. Can you imagine putting something crazy now, but then you become like a candidate for the United States or something, and then all this stuff start coming up? Like, bro, you can kill yourself. It's going to come up. They're going to dig it up. They're going to dig it up.
And I guess that was a kind of segue question. Does social media hurt more than help?
Yes, definitely hurts because kids don't know how to use it. Kids do not know how to use it to build their brand. It takes for either you to be willing to study how important social media can be for your brand. A kid doesn't do that, or you have to have someone that's telling you that can run your brand for you. Because kids are wild and wide open about anything and everything they post. Look, just for example, when we didn't give a kid credit, what they ran to? So they ran to Twitter. We all bad names. Kids just don't know, and they got good coaches. You know what I'm saying? Think about the one kid. We didn't rank him or we didn't do something, and the first thing he did was run to social media to tell social media. What social media gonna give you? A cookie? That's all you're gonna get, a cookie from somebody. That's why I ask kids all day, what you want to, you telling me something that you got, What you want, a cookie? So who cares other than you posting the stupid stuff? You're looking to get likes. You're looking to get attention.
I tell you what, they didn't post. They didn't talk about prep hoops in their top 5.
That's what I'm saying.
The way they did us.
And they put Bartow basketball as number 5.
I'm just saying.
Bro, they posted today. We got it from E. They had 4 players, and then the 5th player was Bartow basketball team. As they top 5. How the insult is that? But you ain't gonna see no tweets, no nothing. Now let us do that. Let us would have did that. Man, come on, bro.
Coach Vint asked an interesting question to both of y'all. Well, I'm asking it. He asked, should the coach school be responsible for managing a player's brand?
No. A coach should not managing it, but a coach should set rules and guidelines. I think, like, I know with my program, our girls, you have a social media contract because you're an image of the program. So once you and bro, you know how we do it. We got someone watching their page. All the girls have to provide every single one of their social media pages. And if they try to get a private page and get caught, we suspend them. One of the things is we make sure that what they putting on social media will not only embarrass them and their parents, but the organization. So I think that should be in play. I think like you definitely should have especially during the season. If it's some different restrictions because it's school board during the season, you shouldn't be allowed to post certain things. But I don't actually see kids post stuff and coaches be on the page talking, or parents.
At that point, you kind of lost, because when my mama said I can do it, my dad said, so now you got to draw that line. Okay, well, you ain't gonna be able to do that for my program.
Mama, dad, you ain't got to explain nothing to them. That's the craziest what I see on social media. When a kid can tell their mama or daddy, you don't got to explain nothing to whoever you is on social media. So you a kid telling me what to do. When the parent out of the home, but that's what, and we see. Am I lying, bro? We seen this, right?
We seen it.
It's crazy. Like, how you gonna tell me what to do on social media? It's a trap, man. It's nothing positive about social media, bro. For kids. Yeah, because they feel like they always gotta give the return. So if let's say we bad talk the kid, like not us, but as people on social media, they bad talk a kid. The kid, such and such, that kid is not gonna just let that go. They're gonna get right back on that social media and go back and forth. Then they're gonna make a post.
Gotta make a post.
And like Coach Billy D said, that post of that hate A and all this sucker, they post it, then somebody tell them later to delete it in 30 seconds, man, delete that. It's too late because people don't screenshot and send it around.
It's already out there. Once you, I tell kids all the time, you upset or mad about something, the first thing to do is to walk away from anything electronic. Because once you post it, it's there forever. When I deleted it, I recalled it. It's just like when you get them emails from the school district, they want to recall the message. It's already out there now. You recall all you want to. You done seen it, so you might as well let it stay out there and just deal with it. So, well, guys, that was. I just wanted to end with that one. Had another good one today. Once again, you all to just coming in. Want to give a shout out to Coach Billy D for being invited to go up to Michigan and teach a coaching clinic on defense. We know he foremost defensive guy currently coaching in Polk County. Boys or girls, so shout out to him for that. Shout out to Corey Tuma and his TBS Step team for winning the Stunt Wars, National Stunt Wars. They're gonna go and represent the county and on the national stage, the World of Dance in the summer of 2021. I want to say shout out to Coach Antbo, the new head coach, Anthony Jones, new head coach at Haines City High School. I think they made a great hire. He's a great guy, great ambassador for Haines City as a city, and we feel like he's gonna do a real good job want to say good luck to all the teams. They start practice on Monday. The season officially starts for the boys. It's already started for the girls. If you haven't voted yet, no matter who you vote for, please, if you got the right to vote, you got the ability to vote, please vote. Just participate in the democratic process. It's your right. So we're not going to be political and tell you who to vote for. We just say, please participate if you feel, you feel the need to do so.
That's the best way to put it, huh?
Best way to do it. Next week we got Lakeland Dreadnoughts and Coach Hen Taylor and his guys will be stopping in, and we also got Lake Region and Coach Skip and his guys will be stopping in. A couple good football games, couple rivalry games tomorrow. We got Bartow versus Winter Haven tomorrow. You got Lake Gibson versus Kathleen. So if you plan on jumping out, and then this weekend is Halloween. So to the young men and young women, please make sure if you decide to go out and do the trick-or-treating thing that you be safe and just be aware of your surroundings and all of that good stuff, because we living in crazy times. So just kind of be aware of yourself and where you're at and what you're doing.
I know once we're done with football, I would like for us to do a panel and have this same type of discussion. Get a couple of them guys like overseas, a couple of college players, and just us as well, and have a little panel and let the people ask us questions. And hopefully we can get a good turnout on views so the kids can kind of see and understand things that they should not do when we're talking social media, when we're talking in college, making the poor decisions that could cost them scholarships, different stuff that,
Yeah,
a panel, we can do it on here. We can get up to 10 people on this platform we have. So I think it'll be dope, and actually get the people to ask us questions.
Maybe right before the season start, not the tip off, but the season. So yeah, I think that'd be a good look, and by then football will be more or less over for pretty much.
Football already over. Lakeland been losing.
Hey, on that note, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Everybody be safe, man. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll be back, Lord's will. We'll be back at it again next week. All hearts and minds are clear. Polk Hoops is out, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good, man. Appreciate you.
All right, bro.
Yeah.